Hey guys, welcome to Books and Blue Stockings. I'm Betty Bookworm. I read too much into things. This week we're discussing a play based on Vedekind's masterpiece, Spring Awakening. I prayed that one day I'd review this show and parody the songs on YouTube. There's masturbation, incest, teenage suicide, plus we get to see Vendela's boob. Spring Awakening is a rock musical by Duncan Sheik and Steven Sater based on a play by Frank Wedekind of the same name. The play is set in 19th century Germany and is about young teenagers discovering their sexuality in a time and place where it is actively being repressed. It has a heartbreaking yet well-written story, beautiful songs, and engaging characters. Amongst the engaging characters is the smart atheist who thinks he's better than everybody else, naive girl who is infantilized by her well-meaning mother, suicidal boy who will eventually make us all cry, sexually abused girl who runs away, sexually abused girl who can't run away, aggressively gay guy, and passively gay guy. The original show and the modern adaptation follow much of the same storyline. Melchior, the smart atheist, seems to be the only kid in town that knows what all the other kids are going through because of the books he's read on puberty and sexual reproduction. He tries to explain this all to his anxious and distracted friend Moritz by writing him an essay on sex. He writes an essay because Tumblr and Reddit weren't around yet. While all this is happening, a naive girl named Vendela is experiencing not only bodily changes, but changes in the people around her. Her sister is having babies, 2 of her friends are being sexually abused by their fathers, and since her mother won't explain what sex is to her, she has no idea what's going on. The anxiety over school, coupled with the sexual repression, eventually causes Moritz to commit suicide. I knew he'd make me cry. Melchior and Vendela have sex in a hayloft, and that's where the stories start to differ. In the original story, it is straight up rape. In the adaptation, it's a bit more consensual. Vendela has a line in the song Whispering that states, "He touched me, and I let him love me, so let that be my story." But even though it is more consensual, Vendela still kind of had no idea what sex was. She gets pregnant and dies because of a botched abortion. Well, now that I'm thoroughly depressed. The musical has won several awards and is well loved by audiences, but that doesn't mean it's without its problems. One problem I have with the musical is even though the story is pretty easy to follow, the songs are not as easy to follow. Duncan Sheik and Steven Sater try to blend the moods and themes of the original with a modern rock aesthetic, and for the most part it blends pretty well. But when it doesn't blend well, some of the songs come off as uneven, confusing, and convoluted. In fact, these songs remind me of something. Oh, look at this! A notebook full of all the poems that I wrote back in high school. Mother of God. In the midst of this review, it occurs to me, some of these songs are just too flowery. It's almost like poems or crude limericks, preoccupied with their pubescent pricks. They sing about nature and colors so deep, but Mirror Blue Night always puts me to sleep. It's like they want us to wonder what the songs mean, or maybe they're just sung by overdramatic teens. Then just like that, I suddenly see why all of these songs sound like bad poetry. It puts us in the minds of emos and scenes and overdramatic teens. So, if we keep in mind that the songs are sung from the point of view of teenagers, it makes the overtly artsy lyrics a little bit more understandable. That being said, I still have a problem with the unbalanced level of subtlety in these songs. A good musical should be able to toe the line between unsubtle grandiosity and subtle tastefulness. And while some of the songs, like All That's Known or Left Behind, are able to toe that line, other songs are not. Some of the songs are way too subtle. And other songs aren't subtle at all. There's a moment you're fucked. I feel like I've made my point, so how about another parody? Just too preachy all this, watching teens awkwardly kiss. They think these songs are double entendres. Haven't they heard the word subtlety? The nuance hits you like a fist, just in case there's something you think you missed. They'll carefully spell out each delicacy. Haven't they heard the word subtlety? Oh, this show's ostentatious. Overblown lyrics make me irate. Oh, this show is pretentious, but it's still pretty great. So yes, I do have a problem with the lyrics and the tone of some of these songs, but I'm really just being nitpicky. The story is thought-provoking and the characters are sympathetic. It's fun when it's supposed to be, and it's gut-wrenching when it's supposed to be. And if you ever get the chance, you should definitely see this show. I'm Betty Bookworm, and I still can't find my scarf. Hi, Bookworm. I found your scarf. Aw, thanks, Paquetta. Why is it all covered in fairy dust? We all got our junk, and my junk is you.